Hey, clients and friends. Wanted to reach out to you today because Scott and I have been working diligently on something that we think is very important. As most of you know, this year, 2019, has been a tremendous year by way of returns. You've seen it in your accounts. We've seen it in the market as a whole. We've been strategically taking profits off the table along the way. We've been harvesting those gains in specific time periods and increments, and really, outside of a few opportunities, have sort of been left uncertain what types of investments can provide the safety and the protection that we're looking for. Because on one hand, if we take all those profits and leave them in cash, and the market does what we think it very well could do, which is take off into the 2020 election, then that portion of your portfolio, which is roughly 10 to 20% right now in cash, gets left behind. However, if we simply move all that money right back into the market could do what it very well may do and drop 10, 15, 20, 25%. With that kind of volatility, not abnormal heading into a general election. We all saw last year for the midterms and a Supreme Court justice nomination how crazy things got. So we were left with trying to find something that would fit what we believe is the appropriate risk-return spectrum. And so what we did is we privately contacted both JP Morgan and First Trust out of Chicago, and had them build for us an individual investment only for our clients. So the investment is a 15-month investment, which by no happenstance takes us right to the election. How the investment works is we're able to participate in the S&P 500 to about 10% on the upside. Meaning, if the S&P 500 goes up 5% between now and the election, we'll get to participate the entirety of that 5%. If the S&P 500 only goes up 1%, or let's say it goes up 25%, we're able to participate up to roughly 10% between now and the expiration of this investment 15 months from now. Now, on the downside, which is really where we're most concerned, what happens if the market goes down? The S&P 500 drops by 10%. JP Morgan and First Trust have given our clients a guaranteed protection of 15%, meaning the first 15% down that the S&P 500 is, or potentially could be between now and the election, our clients are down nothing. And then every percentage point after 15%, we're down dollar for dollar. So, for example, if the S&P 500 goes down 10% between now and the election, you're down nothing. If the S&P 500 goes down 20%, you're only down 5%, because the first 15% has been taken on as a liability by JP Morgan and First Trust. So, from our perspective, we still have a healthy amount of your portfolio invested in the market. And we have a larger single cash position than we've had since prior to the 2016 election. This piece of the portfolio gives us great confidence and great comfort in the risk-return dynamic as we move into potentially one of the most contentious election cycles that we've ever seen. So, attached in the email below is a summary of everything I just said. What we're requiring is for our clients to electronically sign the document, and we'll move the assets, and it will represent, it'll be different for every client, but roughly 5 to 10% of your total portfolio will go into this structured note investment. It'll be held in your regular investment account or show up right on your statements. But this is something we're going to hold until after the election, and we still get upside participation with tremendous downside protection. As always, if you have any questions, call us. Please see the email below and the individual items that we'll need before we can ever move forward with this. Thanks for watching, and please call me or Scott or anybody on the team with any questions. See you soon.